Good morning. Welcome to my channel. My name is Wilkim. Today I'll talk about my bike Mahindra Mojo, which I've been riding for the past 3 years. I bought this bike in March 2016. It's been a great time riding this monster, a 295cc bike. I've been to a lot of places on this bike. Places include Leh and Ladakh. That's my plan to go. I've been to Laurel and Spiti Valley. I've been to some of the smaller places also, which is Mussoorie, Nainital, Shimla. I want to give my experience as to how this bike is for daily usage. I go to office and come back on this bike. So the experience has been good. I'll talk about 6 main points or 6 positive points of having this bike. The first thing I like about this bike is the engine. It's a 295cc engine. I won't be going into the specifications or the technical specifications of what this bike has, but the engine is quite smooth. It does not have a lot of vibrations. You might have experience with other bikes that when you are going for long distances and you have traveled like around 140-150 kilometers, the bike start making knocking sounds. It doesn't happen with this bike. So if you are traveling long distances, if you have traveled 150 kilometers, 200 kilometers, it still gives a sweet sound. In fact, it becomes even louder, and the loudness is actually in a positive sense that I'm talking about. So you feel like it has become a monster. And I have ridden this bike for more than 50,000 kilometers. The engine has never failed on me. It never stresses out. And if you are long distance champion, you would love to ride this bike. The second most important point about this bike is the 21-liter fuel tank. I think most of you will think, no, that's not important, but this is important, especially when you are going to places like Leh and Ladakh and Laurel and Spiti Valley. Because I was in Kaza and the petrol pump was not working the next day when I reached Kaza, but I had almost 90%, 80-90% fuel left. I was very skeptical whether this will go till Manali or not, but thankfully I rode till Manali and I was left with around 20-25% of fuel. And within city, if I fill up my tank, it goes to around 400 to 500 kilometers. To 400 to 500 kilometers in one single stretch. The third point about this bike would be the exhaust. It has got 2 exhausts and it's quite loud. It might make the bike a bit heavy, but then it's for balancing. So if you have got 2 silencers on both the sides, it balances each one out. And if you remove the DB cooler, it's quite loud, but I won't suggest you to remove the DB cooler, because once you do so, you will have to do some settings, change in settings as well. So with DB cooler, it sounds loud, so you don't have to make any changes. The fourth thing is this bike is quite comfortable. It has got an upright position, so normally your back won't hurt. But obviously if you're traveling long distances and you don't stop in between, the only thing that might hurt would be your bum. The seat is fine, it's not bad, but it's always advisable to take rest and to let your bike rest, because your bike needs some rest as well. It's also good for the pillion, especially if you have got a backrest or a pannier, because with pannier I usually tie my bags and the pillion is fine with that. The pillion doesn't feel stressed out. He can sit easily. It's quite spacious. It's not that you don't have a lot of space to sit. You can sit, the pillion can sit, and the pillion can also move forward and backward, so it has enough space for a pillion. What else do I have? Yeah, the shockers. The front shockers and the back shockers are very good. Very, very good. In fact, on my way from Kaza to Manali, which is a very, very bad stretch of road, you have got Chota Dhara and you have got small pebbles and big boulders. The bike did not fail me. The suspension was nice. The pillion felt comfortable. I also felt comfortable, and the balance was there. Small hurdles or small pebbles was nothing. I forgot to tell, this bike can go up to run continuously for 110 kilometers per hour non-stop. So it's a cruiser bike. So anyone who is buying a bike, I will recommend only mature people to buy this bike. Who is looking for long distance riding, who wants to go to places, unexplored places outside Delhi, Leh Ladakh, Laol Spiti, travel all over the world, travel all over India. So this bike is for those kinds of people. Hopefully the people are safe inside. Now comes to the build quality. The bike is actually solidly built. I've ridden bikes like FZ16 and Royal Enfield Thunderbird, Royal Enfield Classic. I went to Leh Ladakh on Royal Enfield Thunderbird, and I did face a couple of issues with that bike. First of all, that bike is quite wobbly, especially when you are violently shaking the handle. You can feel the whole bike is wobbling. It's fishtailing. But with this bike, you don't feel that kind of wobble. Even if you are shaking the bike violently, you don't feel like this is going to throw you off. It doesn't fishtail that easily. It's built of one single solid metal. I'm not sure if this is recording or not, but I think it should be recording.